And I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will
From my mom's garden. From my mom's rose bush. Really, my garden. My mom's rose bush.
Every day.
Good morning. It's Friday. Faceted Bead Live Bead Show. Learn how to make jewelry. That's my whole gig. I just wanted to share my beautiful flowers this morning from my mom's garden. Well, my mom's rose bush. I have a little memorial for her, and I have a little bird bath, and I have two big rocks, one with mom on it that I painted, and one with my stepdad's name, and then their mailbox. They always got the newspaper, so it stays outside well, so it looks good there. Anyway, so how are you doing? What are you making? I hope to make something and inspire today, but for now I'm going to share my live over to my page, and I'm not seeing myself there. Where am I? Let me refresh. There I am. Last week I pulled out a bunch of beads. We're going to finish that today, and a faceted bead. Here we go. Share to a page. Faceted bead. Switch. Leave page. And I'm not seeing myself there. And I turn myself off so I don't hear double. Then I say next. What's interesting here is it tells me to share. I hit the share button and then it always starts all over again. But when I go back, it's working. So, okay. Now I got to go check it to make sure it's working. And I hear little Stinker. You want to say hi? No? Okay. Maybe later. There we go. And I see we're on there live. Great. Now, I go back to my other page. Let's see how many people I have on there. I got 60 followers, so I need 40 more to be able to do lives on my regular page. So if you know someone who can just hit the page so they don't even have to like jewelry if they just, now that it's plus if they like jewelry, but if they just go on there and follow me, I won't have to do this little dance every time, but that's okay for now. It is what it is. So what I do is I go back and I pull me up so I can see if anybody talks. And there's Holly. Hi, Holly. Welcome. I recognize that name as Holly Mansfield. I appreciate you being here. So I since you're here and you've probably not heard my story unless you've listened to my other videos, I got inspired. Someone gave me a bunch of silver to sell, and so I started an Etsy shop. And then, I've watched Candy for years, and she's inspiring, and so that inspired me. And I love to design, so I actually today have a design on my table that you can still go buy the kit from her. And I saw it on there yesterday, and I want to show what I came up with. And usually I don't have her pieces, but today I do, so that's kind of cool. So let me switch you around and show you. So I gotta get this on here, right? So the kit actually is, here's a bunch of the beads and the tube and all of that. And then what I did was I went and made a necklace. You can see with some of the components. I love these green ones. And then I took and I used some of my own stash. And this also came in that kit. And the kit's only like $18.95. And then I made this bracelet. I love the hands, and that's what I was focusing everything around these hands. And then I just used the same things out of that kit and some of my own items to make the bracelet. And then I've made the necklace. And today we're going to finish the necklace. And I made this as a focal at the bottom, this beautiful pearl that I got when I was in Hawaii. Isn't that pretty? I like that a lot. But I'll tell you, the time goes really fast. And so I want to finish another pair of earrings that I started. And I want to, if we get time, I'll do the earrings. But for now, I just show you that I finished up the bracelet. I used soft flex. These I actually, just connected them with the wires. I use these really short ones so that I don't waste my really long ones. I like getting the short ones, and then I like getting these longer ones. And that way I don't waste, cutting off. I use the 3-inch. I like the 3-inch a lot. Holly says, where did you get the kit? I didn't hear. I got the kit from Nostalgica, Candy Cooper. If you go onto Facebook, you can find her under Candy Cooper. And if you go to the website, you will get Nostalgica is her website. I'm seeing your name plenty, so I'm sure you know. Did you hear that? I want to make sure you heard that. And what's in the kit are these cubes, bunch of these beads, which I didn't even really use yet. These tubes. And then I added the hands, and you even get this little fan that I made the earrings out of. I wish I could zoom out. I zoomed in, and now for some reason this program on my phone, it doesn't let me see. It lets me go in. There we go. I got to go out a little bit. There you go. Maybe you can see it a little better now. Now the pearl wasn't in it. These pearls weren't in it, but it's a good kit for it's got these rose quartz. Now the green beads, these are the crystal ones. I got those. That was separate, but look how well those colors go together. I couldn't wait to get that kit and open it up. I'm not sure what's going on right here, but it looks like the stone is a little wonky. I don't know if I like that there. I might have to restring that. See that the stone is, hole goes way over to the edge, and it makes that stone stick out. That's too bad. Cause, you know what I mean there? That's just too bad that's like that. I wonder if I have room to, I wonder if I have room to take out that one bead. Cause that's a shame. See how it's making it do that? That's not good. I didn't catch that. I saw it, but I was like, I don't know what's going on there. But now I see what's going on there. Anyway, it's quite a good kit for the price. And I still have a ton of stuff left. And then, of course, in this necklace, I stuck one of those tubes. I love those tubes. This tube here, I'll probably just make another bracelet. And then today, if we get time, I'll show you one of the earrings I want to do. So I'm not going to tube it, but we're going to do this here. We're going to take some of these. If you can see that right there. I'm going to take these and make these into earrings. And these are just leftovers from this kit that I got. Okay, but what I do want to show today, the main thing today is I actually should pull this up and turn you around and show you what I'm doing today. So this was a kit. This was a class that Candy did a long time ago, and we used our own stash, and it was, it's a really long necklace, and we're not really going to get into the necklace, but what I want to show you is I don't like wasting beads, beautiful beads on my neck. My hair's long. You don't see them. It's kind of a waste. So look, my solution is to take leather and to wrap it. And I get this, believe it or not, I get these leather strips. Now they're kind of thick, but they're soft, they're pliable. I don't have to make a clasp, and I just take and I wrap it. And that's what I'm going to do today to this necklace. I'm just going to wrap it and put it around my, so that I can make me a nice long, and I'll show you. I go to the tractor store. If you go to a tractor store that has horse supplies, sometimes they have these bags of scraps. And you can just get those and punch holes in them. Now, sometimes they're short. I'll just connect them, you know. Like, no, look here. First one I pulled out. It'll be perfect for today. Look at that. It's perfect for today. You know? Yep. It'll be perfect for today. So I only need to attach this, which most of you probably can do without even me showing you. But, you know, like I say, watching somebody make jewelry is like watching a fishbowl. Might as well have fun doing it, right? So if they were short, though, I was going to show you if they were short. I just connect them. You could either wire wrap them. You could, what's that? You could snap them. You could put a snap on them. You could put a, what is the one with the hole? What is that? You put a hole and then you, anyway, you could think of a creative way to connect them. You could use a jump ring. You could jump ring, put a hole in one, hole in another, and just jump ring them. Because you're putting it over your head. You don't need it. Or you could put a clasp. Sometimes people put clasps in their long ones. And that, it looks cool. It's kind of a waste of a clasp because you're not really using it. But rivet. Thanks, Tina. I knew it. Thanks, Tina. Anyway, Tina, did you see? So here's what I finished. And I love the hand. So the hand goes in the front like that. I like the hand in the front. And what I'm going to do is add the leather. And I can already see that leather is going to be way too long. So I'm going to have to, let me stand up a little bit. This is the only disadvantage of going horizontal when I do my lives. I can see the advantage of doing vertical with lives when you show the jewelry. But what I like is when I do horizontal, I can really zoom in better and get a better piece of my table so you can see what I'm doing. And that's more important to me. So anyway, I love how it turned out. I'm not so loving this piece up here, which I will rewire this later because I don't want that like that. But for now, you know, there's no need to do it. But let me find a shorter piece of leather, and then we'll just wrap it. And then maybe we'll have time to make an earring or two. And look, this one's a little darker than that one. Now, sometimes they get a little thinner. They're different colors. I don't know what I wonder if this one will do it. Nope, that's too short. See, that one's too short. That one's too thin. Yeah, these are too short. What I'm just going to do is use that one and cut it. You know, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. I just don't want to waste a long one, you know. Here's another long one too. So I'll just cut it and make it shorter. Okay. So we figured that out. So my thinking on the wire, I'm just going to tell you, is you can buy this at the hardware store, like Westlake Hardware, Ace, the Ace store. They have this dark annealed steel wire. It's dirty. You just take it and wipe it as you pull it out. This one, they got weird sizes. This is a 22. My other one's 19. Isn't that funny? 19. So you just, it's steel. It does have a little grease on it. I know you're going to get tired of me saying that, but I want people to know it's got grease on it, and you have to wipe the grease off. It's just gooey on your fingers. So what I do is I just take a piece of steel wool or a rag, and I just wipe it once or twice. That way it doesn't get all over my fingers. Who wants grease on their fingers? Nobody. Right? I'm going to cut me 2 pieces because I'm going to do both sides. And I'm very generous, way generous than I probably need to be, but that's how I do it. And I didn't measure. Sorry. Those who like to measure. That works great. And I'm going to clean this one. Get the grease off. Now, if you don't like that look, what would you do? Tell me what you would do in the comments if you didn't like that leather look. You could use, that's what designing creativity is, though. You know. Now, I just ran into a problem. So, my problem is that my leather is thicker than the hole that I have. Let me see if I can get it in there. Let me turn you around so you can watch. Because that's the whole reason you're here, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you that my jump ring on here is too small. So let's see what I got on this one. Let's see how I did my other one. Yeah, look at the nice big jump ring I have on this one. So that's something to consider. So let's see what I got in my stash. Okay, I have a nice solution. Most of my bigger ones are, you know, they don't have an opening, so I would be in trouble if I had to open them. But the nice thing with this one, it has an opening, so I can take that out, put this bigger one. Perfect. Looky there. Perfect. And you go push them together till they're nice and snug and firm and flat together. And then now I'm going to take my leather. It does kind of have a front and a back. So I'm going to take and twist this up as far as I would like. And then I'm going to take my wire. And if you want, you can take your flat nose pliers and make yourself a bend to get started. And then I'm going to stick it around there, nice and snug. And then I'm just going to wrap like crazy. I actually wrapped on one side of the leather and the wire, and now I'm going to go back to the other side, and I'm going to move up. Now this 22 gauge is it's steel, so it's nice, and the size makes it nice and easy to maneuver. You could use the 19, but I like to make a bunch of wraps. I think it looks pretty with a bunch of wraps. About 5 or so. And see, they're kind of nice and neat. Now I'm going to cut it off on the back. Now let me see what the front looks like, because that's what I care about the most, right? I'm going to push that down because we want that down. Let's see what it looks like. Let's snug it together. Now it's a little bit of a messy one, but I like it. I think it looks nice. I'm going to cut this flush here back in the middle because I want the tail to be in the back. So right there into the middle. And then I'm going to tuck that down, tuck it underneath so it's out of the way because we do not want steel. I'm not crazy about that crink, but that crink is in the back, so it's really okay. And ta-da! I like that. Now, if you like it really nice and neat and like uniform, I'm more of an organic person. I like a little zing to it. And I got my zing because, you know, I see that wire sticking like that. But I care more that it doesn't snag somebody's clothes, and that those things are in. So I rub my finger on it, and looky there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So we got that side on. Now, what I'm going to have to do is try it on to see where I want to cut it so that I make it the length that I want. Because I'm also going to add at the bottom, which maybe I should do first, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to add at the bottom chain. So let's do the chain first, because I thought to do the chain the same way. And, you know, I get torn. I like the hand, but I keep saying that's the front. But then when I see that, I like that side too. No, I think I like that side. So you'll notice that I'm about, like, I get fixated on a piece, and then I get fixated on the colors, and then I get fixated on what they are. Kind of in that order. What's your order that you get fixated on it? Oh, chain. So I just got this cheap chain I got these actually, they were $9.99. They were going out, and I got them for $2.49 for this perfect tassel chain. So I'm just going to make me a tassel. I'm going to, how do I do this? I got to remember. Oh, you know what I thought to do? Today, I'm just going to make, let's see how long I want it. I want it about that long. I thought, I'll show you in a minute. So I'm just going to make maybe 7 layers. I got 3 there. 4, 5. And I'm just going up and down. I'm just measuring what I get. 6. Yeah, I like 7. I just wanted to see what it was going to look like, how many. So about that many. And that's, I like that amount. Okay. So now I am going to, I know that hole is too small to add that to this tassel. And I like that big. I like big jump rings. I like meaty jump rings. Now, sometimes I got to go to the smaller ones, but I like meaty jump rings. So I'm thinking of attaching that there. But I don't really want to add any more length than what I got. So what if I take the size that I want and I make a bunch of them, put it over there, and then I wrap it? I think that's what I want to do. Do you think that's a good idea? So we'll have the tops wrapped, and then we'll have this wrapped. So I'm going to make this a little longer just in case. I can always cut it shorter. Can't make it longer, but I can always cut it shorter. So that's 2. Now I just need to make as many of these as I need. There's 1. 2. So that's 2, 4. This will be 6. So we'll actually have 8, but that's okay. 8. So what I'm going to do is take these and put them down through the ring. Even them up as best I can. And actually, they don't even have to be even, do they? This one's a little bit too short. They could be a little organic looking, because that's my game, organic. I keep forgetting to look at the comments. Nobody's talking to me. Hey, I see 2 people out there. That can come and say hi and give me their thoughts. I need a little help here to just even them up some. Not a lot, but a little bit. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, oh, I moved them all. Dang. Okay, let's fix these again. Just want them to be nice and they don't have to be perfectly even, but close. And then I'm going to grab this leftover wire. I'm going to make me a bend, because a bend will help hold it together. And then I'm going to grab that and go around the back. And then I'm just going to make me a wrap. Now, technically, this should work. 1, 2, I'm not going to do that many, but 3. 3. How's that? What do you think of that? I'm going to cinch them up a little bit. I'm going to turn that over and cut this one. I'm going to tighten this first one I did. It's gotten itself tangled inside the chain. So I have to get that out of there. Gonna have to maneuver it. Okay, get out of there now. Okay, there we go. Oops, now it's sliding. Maybe this isn't a good idea. I'm gonna have to crimp it like. Okay, are you able to see that? Let me get this a little tighter. Now, steel wire is a little stiffer than like the artistic craft wire. And so you do have to tell it who the boss is. And this may not work. I don't know. Look. Here, I got one in here really like short and one long. Okay, we're not having a very good luck on that one. But technically, I thought that was a good idea. I've seen it done before. And look at this, it slides right off. So it does need to be crimped a little bit better. So guess what? We're going to start over again. But we're not going to use that wire again. Twist it off. And I think what might help me too, just to hold the wires where I need them. Now, you realize I wouldn't have this problem if the holes were big enough to go into this jump ring, but they're not. They're not big enough to go in there. I already know that. That jump ring is too big. So I think what I'm going to do to make life easier, I'm going to put these in. I'm kind of fighting myself with them sliding. So I got them on there like that. And what I need is, here's a thin jump ring. Is a thin jump ring to put through here to help myself. Hook them in that jump ring. Yes! Hook them in that jump ring. Get in that jump ring now. Now, if I was using this jump ring, they easily go on here. And I could easily just, see that? They easily, maybe I should just change jump rings. I don't want to change jump rings though. But what I can do is, and you see I got little pieces of jump rings that I cut on there. What I can do is use this jump ring to my advantage to try to get now this jump ring, or this isn't wrapping really easy. It is running into my earring time. I don't like that. I don't like that it's running into my earring time. But anyway, you get the kind of the gist. You get the idea that you can use a jump ring or you can wrap it. I like the wrap. I have one where it's wrapped and I did fine. No, you know what it was? It was cup chain that I wrapped, and that was a lot easier than having all these little pieces. So cup chain is a lot easier to wrap. But I think this is really cute. I love chain. I love dangling chain. There's a little piece of cut in there, stopping our hindering us from getting in that ring. Okay, 1, Do I got one more? One more. So do we give it a go and see if we can, isn't that something that usually when you cut chain, it falls right off, but it wants to stay into this design for some reason. Now it is, it is not that Hobby Lobby chain is bad. It's just, it's just so. It's enough to make it, what I want here. And I did buy it. I bought a bunch of it. I bought different colors too and sizes to just make tassels because I like to make tassels. Okay. Boy, that one wanted to fight me, but isn't that pretty on the bottom of that? I like that on the bottom of that. So I'm just going to give in to my thick jump ring obsession on that pearl. I love that pearl. Got that went to Hawaii for 3 weeks. Fortunately, at the time I did do beads and I looked. Thank you, Sarah. Do you like how the necklace turned out that we talked about last week? So I put the tassel at the bottom, used that beautiful pearl. This was the pearl that was in the kit, an extra bead. That was the hand that I got. And actually, this is the front. I put that hand in the front. I would like a little bit different clasp, but that's what I came up with. And then how we would finish it is we're going to put leather around like this. So what I'm going to do now is put this over my head, see where I need to cut my leather to see how long I want it to be. I love long necklaces. I do. So I'm going to cut this about right here on my leather. Snip. Snip. Yeah, I had to cut a good bit off, but that's okay. And then I take, and we're going to do it onto this jump ring. Make sure I got it laying correctly so that I get it on there right. Yep, because it does have a front and back. And I actually saw on Craigslist the other day, I didn't get to it soon enough. Someone was selling a bunch of these pieces, like 3 bags of them like that for $10. And I'd have gone and got them if time and all would allow, but it just, you can only do so many things. Make my bend. Make sure the bend goes to the back. And I think this time, let's see how far down I came. Kind of try to do, exactly what I did on the other side. Can you see that? I'm going to come down. I went pretty close. You can, there's no right or wrong, top or bottom, or, up farther or down further. But I do like to make it kind of the same. So we're going to make it the same. I'm going to go down low. This time I'm just going to start wrapping in order. And I think I went around like 5 times. I like the look of leather. I actually like mixing textures. I don't know. Does anybody like to mix textures? So I'll be like, oh, I want something matted. I want something shiny. I want something brown. I want something, let's see, how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. I did about 5 on the other. Now I'm going to cut and tuck, run my finger across it to make sure that there's nothing snagging. You could cut that little end of leather off. I leave it on there. And I noticed like one's longer than the other. I could, size them up and stitch this a little more to the back. And I don't know if you notice, but when I do that, I do it at an angle so that it's, it has more of an edge to it than flush. That way when I tuck it, maybe it, doesn't snag. And you could actually tuck it underneath if you wanted a little bit. See there? get it underneath so it's not, and it's nice and smooth, so we're good. So I'm gonna size these up to be about the same on the back. Cut that one and cut this one. Do you like that sound of that snip? They're pretty close. And there we are. We got that. We got the necklace together. I just have to add it to this side. Now, some of you you've already know that I'm going to restring this one side. There's a funky bead making that lay funny there. But for today, just for our time together, I'll finish it so you can see it. And this ring didn't work, so we took this off. And we used this one. We used the bigger one. We hold it up just to make sure we got it laying nice and, yes. And then I'll show you in a little bit after we do a set of earrings. Let's see what time it is. Oh, we got time for a pair of earrings. Actually, I have really two. I will show you. There it is. All done. Leather. So now we got those. See, I like those wraps. And see, it's two different kind of metals, but that's nice. And then the chain at the bottom. And that's my custom design. One of a kind. One of a kind. I think the hand makes it. I think a different clasp would be nice on there. That one's not bad. It's just so-so for me. And then the tassel at the bottom. And the tassel would have been cute wrapped. I still may give it a go, but that's what it is for now. That's what it is for now. Hopefully I'll remember to try it on in the end so you can see it. I wanted to show you, I made earrings. I got all these little pieces of silver from that chain now everywhere. I made these earrings from that kit. I thought they looked really cute. These little fans. I've been seeing those fans forever on Candy Cooper's site. And I've never gotten them until I got this kit. And this kit is still available with all of these rose quartz beads. And you get this for this here is my bead, but this pearl was in it, that was in it. And there's all these little beads were in it. It's a good kit. It's about 18 something. So it's still available on there. I fell in love with the color. And when I fell in love with the color, I fell in love with the green ones. And that's a separate order, those green pearl type ones. And I was like, that's what drew me to that kit, those pearl ones. And combining those. Those pearls they're I like the size of the pearls. They're a great size. You know what I mean? That's to go with these cubes. Perfect size. And it's funny, I'm not really drawn to that green, but I'm drawn to pink, and because they go together, that was why I was drawn to it. So I have, in working with what's left, well, last week I showed you, and I almost didn't show you. I can't believe I didn't show you. This was what we did last week. And I restrung it and used the other hand. So it's kind of a set, the earring, and then, well, actually the necklace and this bracelet are kind of a set. Now, I didn't add these one beads in here, but the rest of them are about the same. Isn't that cute? These little stars are in that kit too that I was telling you if you ordered it. So I like how that turned out. Anyway, so here's the ideas. Here's the one earring that I did. And then now this earring, I've been trying to think of how to do the tube earrings. And I think that if I add the tube, a rondelle, this pink bead and this other pink bead. That would be the top, and then the stone will be at the bottom. I don't think that would be too heavy of an earring. Sometimes with stones, you know, I did try to find the shorter ones. So let's see if I can find one that goes with this one. I kind of like one with a little bit of color in it though. So let's see, do I like this one? I like that one. See, it's a little pinker. These are so, there, how about those two? They're not really close in color, but, let's see, that one's way, like I like organic and that's way too organic. There's something wrong with that one. This one's really pretty, organic like. This one's really pretty organic. I like those two. I think I'll do those two. Okay, and I like the color of them. So I add this. I add a spacer. And I add this pretty bead that was in my stash. And I think that would be the bottom. And then at the top, I would add those and make those earrings. Let's see. Let's make that one earring really quickly. Actually, I'm going to use this longer one on here because I want to wire wrap this. I don't really like the look of two shepherd hooks together. You know, I want it to be wire wrapped on one side. I just think it looks nicer. You know? So I need to get that wire a little straighter. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add spacer and then my bead, and I'm going to wire wrap. Usually I add a little teeny 11/0, but I don't really have 11/0 that goes with that. Actually, I do. I'm going to put this little yellow bead with that. Now, where is my round nose plier? It's pink handled, which makes it easier to find. And I'm going to bend it. Make me a wrap. Make me a wrap. I forgot I put the camera on zoom, so I got to get right in the exact spot. 1, 2, 3. We're done with that one. Straighten that little hoop up a little bit. Cut that tail. So what are y'all doing today? It's really pretty here today in the Midwest. I showed, or in the beginning of the show, if you weren't here, I showed my mom's roses. My roses are looking really pretty outside with the nice weather we've been having. I can see my flowers and everything are getting ready to go to winter though. There's the bottom of that one. We're going to hook that to this shepherd hook that I already made. Add that. Make sure I find the front. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I keep going off camera. Shut that shepherd hook. Add the tube. Add this pretty rondelle. I don't know a rondelle that's not pretty, right? And then add this pretty bead that I found in my stash, and this one I found in my stash. And then I'm going to put one of these butterscotch 11 on top. Maybe I'm just going to put that little butterscotch on top of this one. Nope, I'm just going to put the pink one. I like the pink one the best. And not my favorite pair of earrings. I'm not sure I like them. They're okay. I think it's the tube. I'm not so sure what to do with the tube. What do you think? What do you like? Oh, Sarah's setting up the flea market today. Going to an exhausting weekend. Going to be exhausting, yeah. Having a flea market is. You meet so many fun people. What do you sell at the flea market? So what do you guys think of this one? I don't know what I think of that one. I do love that bead at the top, but I don't know if I like this at the bottom. This is a to be continued for me. Now you may love it. I'm not loving it. So, and that's okay. I may come down tomorrow and think it's wonderful, but I will tell you, I have enough beads now to probably make another bracelet. I'm probably just going to make me a stretch bracelet. Look at this. I have enough of these to make another stretch bracelet. But what I have seen on here is, I had a little thing set out here and I already got it all messed up. But here's one of these beads. And I had this bead. And I had this bead. And this bead. Can you see where I'm putting these? Nope, you can't even see them, can you? Let me pull out a little bit. So look at all these that are left in that kit that I still don't have to do. I could make me a stretch bracelet with just those. And I did buy these, this little heart that I wanted to attach. That would be really cute on a stretch bracelet with those. And maybe put something bright inside the, like a bright pink inside of the, in between each one of them, because it needs a little color. But for now, I want to make this earring here that I had designed when, where's my other little pearl? I wanted to put this one, and then that one, and then that one. This one. I don't know if I had this one in there or not. That one. I had this. And that is what I did. And this and that. And I wonder what I had right here. Maybe I had this one. Or maybe I had this. Oh, that's what I had, just like that. Or maybe I do it like this. No, I do it like this. So let's give that a go and see what we like about that. So I did this. And then this one. And we can use a spacer if we want. Yeah, I would like a spacer in this one. Do that. And then the top piece would be like the little bar. And then, let's see, what do we want to add to this? Do we have a little, I need a little rondelle. Did I have our little rondelle already out for it? I have these gold ones, but I don't want a gold one. I need a silver one. Let's use one of these silver ones. These are wee little. These are cute. Look how wee little that is. That's cute, isn't it? Let's put that one. And then there is smaller ones of these. This one. And the pearl. Pearl's a little tight. Maybe we add the little pearl. Give the pearl a little help. Actually, I think I don't like that. Let's put the spacer in here. And then the little pearl. Sarah's going to sell vintage jewelry, sterling silver, costume, and purses. Oh, how fun. Now, I'd love to hear your process. I bet you collect emails, don't you? Do you collect emails when you do that? So let's put this on here. Isn't that cute, that little teeny rondelle? So teeny weeny. And then I'll go put this one on and see if I like this. Yes, I like that. So this would be the top. Now you could just make that an earring, but I always do long earrings, unfortunately. But that looks really cute like that. I like that like that. I did really want to get this one in here though, to add this different color. It's kind of similar to that one. It's not the same, but similar. But I do like the pearl up there. But I would like a little something darker up there with that one. Let me see if I've got something over here that I like darker. These are really pretty, but these don't really match that color. It's all about the color, right? So what I could do is just take the pearl out. Let's take the pearl out and put this one that's similar in there. These two small ones are similar. Is that one similar? No. So now this one here is similar to that one. And we'll just add that one instead with this one and see what we like. See if we like that better. I think I like the pearl better. It's all preference, really is. It's funny, sometimes I'll watch the online people and they'll do the same thing as I just did, and I'll be like, no, I liked it the other way. Do you ever do that? No, I liked it the other way. Put it back. So Sarah says, she doesn't collect the emails. Sarah, that's the key in staying connected to people now is emails. So I know that's a pain, but you know what's the easiest way to do it? Naturally I'm an admin, and then I'm a jewelry maker as a hobby, but admins. So what my suggestion to people is when I do social media is for you to take a little iPad, or the easiest way is to have an iPad or take their phone or whatever, make a landing page and have them fill out their name and email right there, because it's a real pain to put it on a sheet and then go home and try to decipher what they wrote. So, emails are the way to go now. And then, of course, texting. So if you could get their phone number, email, and that's the way to stay connected. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the day. That's what I'm working towards. I got my landing page, but I got to have somewhere to put it, right? It's got to land. That's why they call it a landing page. It's got to land somewhere, but all in time. This is because I've been an admin. That's what's kept me from doing all this, because I do it for everybody else, but I don't do it for myself. So now I've decided I want to do it for myself, and it's interesting. But I do least like the bookkeeping part and the social media and all that. But I do like being creative, and some part of the doing the social media is a level of creativity that's challenging and fun. 1, 2, 3. I like how that one turned out. Sometimes you just hit it right on the money and it looks cool. That's how I like it. I like it, like it, like it. I guess my puppy decided to go to sleep somewhere and be good. A lot of times he starts crying. I don't know where he went. But, okay, we got that wrapped on the bottom. I like these. I do like these a lot. I'm going to take this off and, well, actually I already got one made over here, so I'm just going to take it off this one. It's already got a shepherd hook on the bottom. I'm just going to open it up, attach it, make sure I find the front. And here is the front. Close it up. And then add my stone. Add my spacer. I love spacers, don't you? What would earrings be without spacers? Put my little pink pearl in there. Now I'm liking these guys. Little rondelle. What do you call these? They got a name too. Is that a bicone bead? Now, isn't that because the pearl has like a weird hole in it? It's giving it a funky look to it. So I want to find me a different pearl. Let me look in here and find a different pearl. Is there another pearl laying down there? Let me find another pearl. I don't mind crookedness, but that was a little bit too crooked for my taste. And I know I got some more in this little bucket over here. Before I got on the call, I heard clunk. And fortunately, it was one of the smaller beaded containers I had. Went all over the floor. And because, oh, you know what it is? It's the stone making that little crookedness. I had beads go all over the floor. And I could have left them there and came on, but I had to get them up because I have a puppy. I don't want to be going to the ER and saying, hey, get the stones out of. I like that. Girlfriends, that's pretty. So Sarah says, nice. Hopefully during the 2 months with no markets, I can get that all set up. Oh, if you want to have help, I love to help people with that. If you just want to have a little hour or so chat, I love to talk social media and help. Because you know why? I like to help people expedite their time and have fun in life and not be so bogged down with it. And so I helped this lady recently. She owns a scrapbook store. I helped her with her MailChimp. And she came in with all these little pieces of paper with people's names and emails. I said, honey, just have them pull their phone out and just, send it to them and then have them fill it out. And they do all the work. You don't have to do all the work, So anyway, isn't that pretty? And what I like about this, now I love the colors. I love how it lays. But I love that I'm starting to use stones. So I won't say I'm scared of stones. They're just unfamiliar to me. And while I really like learning the stones, I don't like just stones, if that makes any sense. So if someone hands me a necklace and it's all full of stones, I'm like, how can I tear that apart and do something with it? This is how my mind works. Like this here, it's, got, opals in it. I love opals, but opals alone don't do much for me. Look at that pretty clasp on that one. So anyway, that's my 10 cents for today. Here's what we made last time. Look at that cool hand. Actually, it doesn't match what I got on today, unfortunately, or I would wear it, and show you my mama's flowers again. You didn't get to see her roses. This was a rose bush that my sister had at her house in Pennsylvania. And then I didn't know it, but my sister said, I gave Mom that bush. She took it out of my yard. And so then I took care of it, my mom's yard, for years after she passed. And then she moved, or, they sold, we sold that house. So I dug it up and I brought it out here. And now I enjoy it out here. And it's, they're going to freeze soon. So I just try to drink them all in as much as I can because my flowers are going to be gone. So let me show you what the necklace looks like on this here. I was going to show you this. Here's my one of my Goodwill finds. It's just seeds, which I think is apropos. Seeds. I think that's wrapped paper right there. Those wrapped beads, and someone took the time to make all of that, and I love it. I wear it. It looks great with black. It looks great with this outfit. I'll show it to you in the end, but let me show you this now. I have to go. I don't want to stay on here because my good buddy Candy's coming on, and I don't want to. Look, here we go. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. So what color shirt should I get to wear with this? I like how it lays. So you're going to see the leather. I'm thinking when I tear this out, I'm going to decrease one bead on this side because I want it to lay really nice. And I think right now it looks pretty even, but right now I think it needs to, I think it'll do better with one less bead on this side. And since I got a little glitch in here, I got to fix. I'm going to redo that one. But that's that for today. Let me show you the cool one that I got that goes with my outfit today. This is just a Goodwill find. It's funny, I'll go find things to tear apart, and then there's some things I ain't tearing that apart. So see, it's really long. I tied it in a knot, and look at that. Is that cool or what? I think it's very cool. It's really long. I like it. I found this at a Goodwill too. This one here. This one's really cute. It's sterling, and it's just dainty. This is going to be on my live one of these times because I think this is adorable. It's so simple and easy. I'm not going to put that piece in the middle there. I'm just going to attach it up higher. And I'm going to make a few of these because I think this here is just like a keepsake. These are sterling, both these little beads. I've been looking into doing those. So Tina says, try double wrapping that necklace you have on. Oh yeah, that I could, but I just like it long and dangly and, you know, I could. I'd have to unknot it though. And yeah, that sounds like work. But you have a good idea there, Tina. And here, I'm going to work on this one. I don't know about this earring here. Do you ever do something that you're like, yeah, I think I like the top and I think I like the bottom, but I don't know if I like them together. And I didn't finish this one, but I do really like this one. You like it? Well, good hanging out with you. Thanks for coming. I really, really appreciate you coming and joining me and doing what I love. And I will tell you the other good deal she has. I know I should be advertising my own stuff, but you know, when you see good stuff, you want to share it with people, right? The other good kit that you should get is this number 5. And because it's number 5, you don't even know what it is. But look what's inside of it. A whole bunch. Maybe we should put this together next week, or maybe I'll put it together and you can see. And then a bunch of moonstone is in there. And there is an actual picture of that kit. And it's pretty reasonable. She put it on sale. And it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. That would go with what I have on today, but we didn't make that, so. See y'all later. Puppy says bye. I'm sorry I didn't get to see Puppy today. He's snoozing somewhere. I don't want to disturb him. Bye now.